Is Kathy? You're here, right, Kathy? Come on up, girl.
Good up to Kathy and man. And one last thing, I wanted to let you know who won out of all the dispensaries. It was Tempe of Harvest. Won overall. Harvest of Tempe. So give them good props, guys. They won the indica. I believe they won the edible. And they got a couple, the second, third prize. They got amazing meds, and they're really good in the community. So congratulations from Phoenix NORML to Happy of Harvest of Tempe. And Superior Organics actually won a couple awards too, so congrats. That was a good time.
Go to the website and check out the other winners. There's a whole bunch of them. There you go. A whole bunch of winners. And speaking of a whole bunch of winners, every single person that was nominated for a Grassroots Award deserved one of those awards. I had no idea I was nominated. It was kind of, I don't like those things. I don't love competition. I really love when we work together, when we all do something like every one of these guys is doing. We are all working hard for NORML, to legalize marijuana, ultimately for everybody to be able to grow trees in their backyard. So that's what we're all about here at NORML. So, and speaking of Harvest of Tempe, and they were winners, we also have a Harvest Fest coming up, and that is all about all of us that love NORML, that love the old organization, the 43-year tradition of NORML. We're all getting together this Saturday at the Sail Inn in Tempe, and we would love to see you guys there. It starts at 4:20. It's family friendly till 9 o'clock, and I think it's going to be a really good time. And a lot of us are going to be here. We're going to have the Healing Phoenix. We'll be down there. I think, Kim can't be there, unfortunately. I think she's got to work, unfortunately. Lori will be there. Camp 420 will be there. Bong Butch, Tool, and Bud Awards. The Oaksterdam artifacts will be there. There are some artifacts from Oaksterdam. Canasense will be there. Ricky confirmed that with me. I hope Stacy will be there as well, with the artifacts to show you guys from Oaksterdam, because they're really cool. There's so many cool things that are going to be happening at NORML Harvest Fest this Saturday. Sail in. We want to see you there. We do have nominations in Gilbert. Why? Because we're growing. You know why? Because NORML isn't one person. NORML is many, many, many people. That's the cool thing about NORML. There's other organizations in this country that are just a handful of people. But NORML, there's thousands of people across the country, and there should be hundreds in Arizona. There really should, and we're hoping to grow. The more faces we can put on NORML, the more normal we make it. The more we normalize marijuana use in our state. Because we're all NORML. We all subscribe to reforming marijuana laws. So we're all working together. So NORML is not one person. NORML's lots of people, and we're growing in Gilbert. We've got lots of great nominees that are going to be up online. If you guys are on Facebook, check us out. NORML in Gilbert, NORML in Arizona. We've got a lot of stuff cooking, so we'd love to see you guys in there. And we love coming down to the Firehouse here and enjoying time at the Firehouse. It's nothing but a good time, good information, and I love you guys. So enjoy. You guys have a great night. Green night. One love.
Thank you so much, Kathy. I wanted to bring up that Xander was in attendance also, I didn't get to actually see him, but I did hear that he made an appearance. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but I believe he's about the 5-year-old that has the condition, the epileptic, I can't say, you know what I mean.
Seizures.
Epileptic seizures.
Seizures, yeah, he has seizures. And so the issue now is that it's working, marijuana is working, and that's a great thing, but he's 5, so they want to give him drops, and they want to be able to give him edibles, which we all know we're having an issue with tinctures and oils and such, but he is needing that, so that can be a great cause for us to fight, because he's actually now, right, as a lawsuit, because their family wants to be able to have that opportunity to medicate their son properly so he can heal. So definitely keep him in his presence. It was really nice of him to show up. Unfortunately, I had to leave early, but I did hear that he was in attendance, and that's a great movement for us. I want to talk about also next the little bit of update on our signatures. With Dennis, right?
Yes, Dennis, would you mind coming up for about 5 minutes and give us an update on the signature drive?
Well, we have about certified 2,500 signatures. We got 3 times of that many not certified yet. By not certified, I mean they're not been notarized petitions. So we're not very far along. We got a long ways to go. But I got a stack of petitions about 8 inches thick that we need to get notarized, and they came from the state fair.
All right.
Yeah, and from First Friday. And from First Friday, and from a GMO rally that was at the beginning of October. When I went out to the state fair, I went out just with a clipboard.
Yeah.
Very first night, you know, and I said, well, what are we going to do? You know, so we just go out with a clipboard. Well, I found out what we needed. You need a chair. Jesus Christ. Standing out there all night. You need a chair.
Yes.
You need a table.
Yep.
I mean, you need a table. You can put 3 clipboards down. You can get 3 people
Signing.
to sign at the same time. You need signs.
Yes.
And you need a bullhorn.
And, you know,
So
there was a guy there.
We have a demonstration, right? Do we have a demonstration?
There was a guy there named Abdul who's collecting signatures, and he's a great friend of our cause. But he's using our signatures to make money, which I don't have a problem with. But what he's doing is he's drawing people in for solar, fill out a form on solar use, you know, to get a governor elected. Bennett is running, the Secretary of State's running for governor, and he's paying for signatures.
Oh.
So when Abdul goes, you know, sign here for marijuana, the next thing he says is, I got this signature, this clipboard for petitions to get somebody on the ballot. Now, I don't think Mr. Bennett really is a friend of our cause, but he's using us. First off, I want to go. This is our sign. Marijuana is safer than alcohol. It's universally accepted to be true. Universal. Everybody agrees with this, even the ones that hate us. That's important. By the end of the fair, I was seeing the haters go by, and I had this look of defeat in their eyes, because our table was filled all the time with signatures. You know, at the very first, they looked at me like a Jew in Nazi Germany. You know, they really didn't want to look at me. But I don't look like no damn hippie. I'm just a regular guy, and I want this legalized, and I'm willing to work for it. So I made up some extra signs. I know there were some people that came out to help me at the fair, and I really want to be thankful for that. And I want them to get a sign, especially Chuck. Chuck is our #1 producer of certified signatures. Now, a lot of that came from First Friday, where he was at working the booth.
Chuck-a-doodle.
So Chuck has really produced a lot. He's got 683 certified signatures under his name.
Damn, right on.
#2 is a fellow named Josh Breckhart that nobody knows.
I know Josh.
He's been here, I don't think he's ever been to a meeting yet. He lives out in Anthem. I think Chuck might be the oldest member to get signatures. And I think Josh might be the youngest.
Yeah, he's 18.
He's 21 years old. He's on a mission. He's going to get us signatures. There was something I wanted to talk to you about tonight that I came across. Give me a second. I was looking at some statistics this week. I want you all to know this. Every night, on an average night in Arizona, 81,000 people spend the night in jail. Statistically, we're the 6th in the nation for incarceration rate. But they're lying to us. Statistics are based upon prison inmates. We have more people in county jails every night than we do in the prison system. Statistically, it shows that we have an incarceration rate of 567 per 100,000. That's 1 in 20. No, I don't even know what that is. But when you add in the jail system, it doubles. And I know what that means. That means that 1 in 100 people are in prison or behind bars tonight in Arizona. We have become a prison state. Now this is a universal cause. But don't think I'm doing this just for marijuana. I'm doing this for freedom, justice. You know, I had to say that Pledge of Allegiance every morning. when I was in school. And what's the last line? Freedom and justice for all. That doesn't mean that our government can point out one or two people and say they belong to be felons or in prison. So remember, this is not just about marijuana. This is about freedom. This is about justice. Because they're coming to get us. If we don't band together now, and if we don't organize together and work together, we will be nothing but a damn police state. Fuck the police state. So I want you to help me. I want you to help me get this on the ballot, and I want you to spend some time. I wouldn't ask you to do anything I haven't done myself. I've been out there. I'd like to see you out there. And if you don't get signatures, who cares? Put this in their face. And put the marijuana is safer than alcohol in their face. Because this is a PR job. Now there's something else that's happened this month that y'all should be aware of. We have a legislative liaison member of Safer Arizona, which is just a group of friends. His name is Michael Weisner. He's been pushing a bill called the Harm Reduction Measure, which will remove the felony charges for possession of small amounts of marijuana in Arizona. This month, Michael has found a sponsor for our bill. The sponsor is Representative Cardenas. He's a Democrat, and I've met the man, nice guy, don't know that much about him. But I want you to put something on your calendar. January 13th, 2014. Burn that into your minds. That's the first day of the next legislative session of our legislature. We have one more session until the election in 2014. Everybody in the legislature is up for election this next general ballot. On the mall, at the Capitol, January 13th, be there in the morning. Everybody that is against prohibition, freedom and justice is going to go there. And we're not going to have big signs, we're not going to have chants or drums or anything. Just show up. Just show up and show them that we're not going to step back and do nothing. The session starts at 10:30 in the morning. There's a gallery and there's two chambers, Senate and legislature, legislative representatives. About 75 people can fit in each gallery. Let's fill up the gallery. Let's have an overflow in the mall. Let's just be there. We don't have to chant. Respect these people. Every one of those elected members is a respectable member of our society. They think they're doing the right thing. We got to show them the right thing is to change the laws on marijuana. Woo! Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dennis. You do a really great job. Over the country yesterday, there was elections. Wanted to say a couple things happened. In Colorado, they passed a couple taxes, and that's the biggest fear that I have. Like, when we pass this marijuana bill, I believe, Dennis, am I correct that there's just a tax rate and it cannot go up on our bill? Is that right to believe, Dennis?
Our bill says that the legislature cannot change the excise tax on wholesale sales for 10 years. It says that the sales tax for over-the-counter marijuana cannot exceed the sales tax rate, the local sales tax rate. Colorado said that the legislature had 2 years where they couldn't peg it, they couldn't change it.
More tax.
Now, I didn't believe our legislature is worthy of that much trust, so I made it 10 years.
Great job, Dennis. Great job. And because of that forward thinking, we won't be in where Colorado is right now.
We will not.
As of right now, they just established a 15% tax on wholesale sale of marijuana for adult use, and an extra 10% sales tax on retail marijuana use. That's a good. We like taxes. We don't like them, but I guess the good thing, they're estimated to generate about $70 million new monies in Colorado next year. So on the back of the marijuana users, you are correct. Yes, sir.
We have a 15% excise tax also in the initiative, just like in Colorado. That's on wholesale sales. And, you know, I didn't know it was only 10% of sales tax, but I want to point something out. Half the revenue that comes from our initiative is going to go to the Department of Health Services. You know, the guys that hand out the cards. Well, their main job is the mental health hospital. I was going to point out that we have 81,000 people in prison, but we only have 235 beds in our state mental hospital.
Oh, gosh.
235 beds for people that are mentally ill, that need help.
Crazy.
All the rest are in jail. You just think of all those people that are in jail that need help.
Ugh.
So when people talk to you about taxes, the money is going to go to a good reason, a good purpose. You know, and I project it's going to be about $150 million that's going to go to our Department of Health Services.
But, so we need to look at the other side too. When you quit prosecuting the marijuana users, you're not going to spend money on the prison.
Exactly, exactly.
If you're going to save money that way, we shouldn't be abusing ourselves or letting ourselves be abused on taxes just to get it legalized. Sorry.
I don't intend the 15% sales tax to be abusive at all.
No, I think yours is great.
But I have a lot of people say we shouldn't even tax this weed, and I agree, but let's face it, we're in reality. We need help. And there's people in our society that need help. You know, if you look at mugshots.com on Maricopa County, just look at the people that are being arrested for narcotics charges. They don't deserve to go to prison, they need help. You know, when somebody gets caught with some crystal meth or some heroin, they need help. They don't need to go to prison. I don't really own the floor, so I thank you.
Thank you, Dennis, again for all your input on everything. Definitely an asset to our community. And as I was saying, the first city on the East Coast, Portland, Maine, just voted to legalize. So basically, when it's the city police, you'll be okay. But same with if you got state police or county, it's still not. But it brings up conversation to the East Coast.
Well, there were also 3 cities in Michigan.
Yes.
There were 3 other cities in Michigan who legalized use for recreational for adults, all by a margin of over 60%. As well as Portland. I think Portland was over 2/3 actually. So in Portland it was more popular than the governor who won. So what does that tell you?
And now you see it, guys. You see it from east to west. The name of legalization's all over our community.
Jumping in here.
Come on in. Go.
This is why it's so important that we have subchapters. Because if we have subchapters, these people can ask for decriminalization in each town in our community. So even if the state doesn't push it right away, we can be decriminalizing in each town and municipality in Arizona. The other thing is the taxes. Mike, speaking to the taxes, what else did they do in Colorado? Colorado NORML spoke out against these taxes because they were organized. That's why we need to speak as one voice. We need to organize together and speak together as one voice for the marijuana consumer, because that's what we're here to do as NORML. I had to jump in and say that. That's true.
Great. So it comes up now. We got 2 states legal. Numerous cities have decriminalization. A lot of them legal. And everything's going upward. And I was just talking to a friend with all the court cases that the police have arrested all of our patients. Mostly every one of them has been going in our favor. If they've been within the law with the legal limits, they've been getting their marijuana back. I know one personal grower, I will not say his name. Looking around for you. But they got raided, and 4 months later, they had their numbers correct. The cops had to give them everything back. Even the marijuana they had to give back. Now that's huge, guys. We have a law here. We have to follow the law. Don't abuse it.
There's too many of them.
There are, but we're in...
Easy to follow. I'm sorry. Namaste.
Okay, we are in a system
Narrow
we're
down for the simple folks.
yes, but we gotta be legal, guys. And I know how hard, as a fellow grower, how hard it is to keep your numbers under whatnot. It's very difficult. And then say when you produce 12 plants, you're getting way more medication than 2.5 ounces. That is still have not been brought up by the court system. Every chance it's been brought up, they've dropped the case. So there is no ruling on that yet. What I've heard from a lot of caregivers is if there's an extra amount of medication, right on the bag itself, it's carrying for a later date, because in the bill itself it states that any unusable marijuana is okay or whatnot. All I'm saying is if there's extra weight out there, guys, follow the law. Follow the law, people.
Oh yeah, and that's a good segue. Or come to the farmers market.
Go to the farmers
make
market.
exchanges. And with that said, we're going to segue, because we do have elections today, into some Kannakush. If you didn't know, last month, since the last meeting, we had the Kannakush Festival. Okay, the third annual, put on by the Camp 420, that happened in between the last meeting and this meeting. So definitely wanted to give a little update on that. And do we have the winners? Or
Yes, we have winners.
yes, we had winners.
We have winners for the Best Bud of Arizona. It was a new grower to us. This guy named Seth won with his Girl Scout cookies. And what was the second place, Anthony? Lemon Thai Kush was second place. And third place was this guy Jeremy, who's always at our market. And that was Goji OG. Whoa. Goji OG. And I think we had like a personal favorite. A lot of the judges really liked, we gave an honorable mention to the, what was it called? Super Lemon Haze. Yeah.
Super lemon.
I just happen to have a little tad bit of that to observe. But that's like just honorable mention. But it was really a fun time, a good time. And good medicine was had by all.
I was a proud and very contented judge for that.
Yes, thank you for that. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Speaking of which, the purpose, we tried to make a mission for our Kannakush Expo this year, and decided that we were going to donate proceeds to the 25-mile rule and the Safer Arizona petition drive. So we didn't really make a whole lot of money. Matter of fact, we kind of barely broke even. But John and I both decided that, this is our passion, this is our love, and we have to give something back to the community. So
$1 million.
$1 million. No. Don't I wish. I would love to be able to say, hey, $1 a signature, we can do that. But instead, I talked to Dennis earlier, and we're going to donate $500 to the Safer Arizona petition drive. And we're also going to donate, Mike Walls called me to ask me how it was going with the